For the past 5 years, listeners to KUAR Public Radio have enjoyed a truly original radio program featuring a fascinating cast of characters.
Welcome to Tales from the South, where Southern writers bring their own true stories to life and recorded live at Starving Artist Cafe in the Argenta Arts District of downtown North Little Rock. I'm Paula Morell.
Tales from the South is unique in public broadcasting. Many radio programs include interviews with authors and on occasion may have them read excerpts of their work. Others bring well-known stage and film actors to read the works of famous writers. But Tales from the South is an authentic program where professional authors and writers who have never been published share their true stories before a live audience in an intimate, casual atmosphere. Topics range from everyday occurrences to life-altering tragedies. In each case, the stories are true and told by the people who live them. Add to this the distinct Southern art of storytelling, rich in language, detail, and voice, and you've got a recipe for some captivating radio.
Someone's coming up the stairs. No, the sound is over my head. In the attic? I know, my imagination is playing tricks. This old house is sounding like old houses do. But random squeaks shouldn't sound like footsteps.
The setting for most of the stories is the South, but many are taken from distant lands, where Southerners bring back their own recollections of places like Paris, New York, or even Vietnam.
The steel plank and sandbag roof that promises protection from mortars now will be my tomb. The press becomes unbearable, palm sweating, heart racing. I'm choking, I shout. I bolt like a crazed gorilla, running bent over, stepping on arms, legs, and feet. I run amok.
From gripping accounts of war to memories of lost love, the stories have the unmistakable human touch of the Southern writer.
I have always loved the color red. Not an orange red or coral, a true cherry red. It is the best color for a party dress, a power suit, or a swipe of rich lipstick. But apparently, red boots raise a red flag in certain circles.
After several days alone in the woods, crossing into North Carolina, I had taken the trail named Wea, the Cherokee word for the wolf. Before starting my hike, the names that hikers went by on the trail seemed like vanity plates or nicknames. But on Wea Bald, I had realized that I was changing, that the way I related to the woods was deepening, and that a part of me was fading away.
Since then, I've resisted the urge to call every day, every hour. He's my child. When he's not with me, he's in danger. But I couldn't keep calling. That would be intrusive. So I hacked into his computer account at the university.
When I first started volunteering at Stew Pot, the faces of people we served were just a blur. But after a while, I began to recognize some of the regulars. There was the woman who looked so drugged out, I wondered how she could make it up the stairs. And then there was the little olive-skinned man with the twinkly brown eyes. Whenever he saw me, he would reach into his pocket, pull something out, and hand it to me, smiling shyly.
By recording, producing, and ultimately publishing these true stories, we offer another important component to the community. Tales from the South has become a tool for oral history, preserving the past through storytelling. In fact, one area assistant principal wrote to tell us how he is using the podcasts and published books as teaching aids in Arkansas history classes. Now, finding great stories and storytellers in the South is easy. Gathering them together and presenting them on radio has been a huge task and a labor of love carried on primarily by author, professor, publisher, and restaurateur Paula Morell.
Well, it actually started with a project. A colleague of mine in Florida, when I was teaching for a university, had sent out a call for stories. And so I sent out a call to my writer friends in Arkansas, and we got such great stories that we decided that we would call Ron Breeding and ask him if he'd be interested in us having a one-time show featuring the stories from Arkansans. And it kind of went from there. It was so great, and we got such good response that it turned into a monthly show. So that's how it all started.
Now, after 5 years of broadcasts and several published anthologies of the year's stories presented on the air, Tales from the South is about to expand its radio presence. Beginning in October, the program will grow from being a monthly to a weekly radio show. And with marketing and distribution help, we'll move from the local audience of Central Arkansas to being a truly regional or even national broadcast. As you'd expect, this will take support. Until now, all programming has been essentially a volunteer effort, produced in cooperation with KUAR. Through their generosity, Tales from the South was provided studio access for editing and labor costs for engineering, as well as airtime once a month. But budgets and space at the station don't allow for that with a weekly program. So in a move of conviction and desire, Paula Morell and a team of others are gathering support from a variety of like-minded leaders who believe in sharing the art of storytelling to a wider audience. Already, the Arkansas Arts Foundation and North Little Rock's Lehman Library have provided critical early support. It's fitting since these organizations are committed to bringing new life to Central Arkansas through the use of literature, history, and the arts. Plus, this is a showcase program for highlighting all the great things happening in the thriving Argenta Arts District, where the show is produced. But underwriting Tales from the South doesn't have to be looked on as just altruistic support for a worthy cause. As it turns out, supporting a public radio program like ours can be very good for business.
I'm Jessica Zinner. For the past 8 years, I've been the owner of a public relations firm here in Little Rock, Jessica Zinner Consulting. 4 of my clients have underwritten programming on KUAR as a part of their communications plans, and they've had really excellent results. With multimedia plans, KUAR often is the first medium to bring comments and inquiries, and the increase in name recognition has been measurable.
I'm Heather Larkin with the Arkansas Community Foundation. The benefits of underwriting public radio is that it gives us a chance to support a great nonprofit that adds value to our community and also gives the Community Foundation name recognition with a demographic that we certainly are trying to reach. People who listen to public radio are engaged in their local, state, and national community, and our underwriting gives us direct access to those listeners.
The future is bright for Tales from the South. Years of building relationships in the community are paying off as several authors, musicians, and visual artists are lining up to contribute their work. Local businesses are also expressing interest in providing lodging and meals for writers. And with seed money from the Lehman Library, we will be recording and editing future broadcasts on state-of-the-art equipment that meets or exceeds the standards of even the best programs on public radio. Ask how you can connect with others who have come to love and want to share more Tales from the South.